Time!
I know.
Well, we're on to our next topic, which is Fury versus Usyk breaks down, and the whole boxing world turns its back on Tyson Fury. So before we begin, if you enjoy this content, please hit that like, comment, and subscribe. And as you guys know, the fight between Alexander Usyk and Tyson, the Gypsy Pussy Fury, has broken down. And we're going to play a really quick clip from ESPN. This is after the Jose Ramirez versus Richard Comey fight, and Timothy Bradley gives his 2 cents on the issue at hand.
Have a fight of this status with this much money, and all of a sudden it doesn't happen. Is everybody asked who's to blame? Timmy, based on what Mark says, who's to blame?
Fury. Fury is the one to blame. I mean, you never know what Fury's thinking. Every day is different. Honestly, I'm sick of the mess. Honestly, we want to see undisputed heavyweight championship fights. That's what we want to see, Tyson Fury. And I would say, did he get that house already in Oregon? Did he get it already in Eugene? Because I would call this a legitimate duck by Tyson Fury. He ducking Usyk. Well, he didn't even think that Usyk was going to take the 70-30 split. Usyk was adamant to take a 50-50 split. He wanted 50-50. Then it went to 60-40. And then you have Fury come in and say 70-30. Usyk, they said, we'll do it. And then the goalpost got moved again. And it just kept continuously getting moved. It's Fury.
And yeah, that's what Timothy Bradley has to say about the issue. So let me just toss it to you, Isaiah, really quickly. Who is to blame? Who is the duck in this situation?
Man, I'm gonna. I think I can calmly like explain this, yeah, in about like 5 words. I think, yeah.
Let me count it.
Fury, you a pussy dog. That's about like 5 words, right? Yeah, it's about 5 words. So obviously, like from the information that we were given, right? From not just from this source, but from multiple sources, from online articles, from people from even in the UK who are big supporters of Tyson Fury.
Mm-hmm.
It's Fury. Fury is the big issue in this exchange. Fury obviously, from the information provided, does not want this fight to happen. Even though he doesn't say it explicitly, his actions speak louder than the farts that he's fucking putting out. It's like, okay, so it's 50-50. No, you're not the majority draw. Let's make it 60-40. Okay, no, not 60-40, 70-30. In fact, let's make it 70-30. And every what hour or every
day
that
yeah.
This is not, yeah, every day that this is not accepted, we're gonna take away a certain percentage of that. Like, who does that? Who, like, you, if you really wanted this fight to be made, you would have been happy with a 50-50 split, right? It wasn't this hard to make the fight with Wilder. It wasn't this hard to make the fight with Chisora, right? It was really hard to make that fight with Anthony Joshua, and it was really hard to make this fight this fight with Usyk. So the two people that could actually provide a sort of challenge against Fury, he has like this really hard time just try to get every little inch of money out to the point where the opponent or the person on the other end of the deal has to back off because it's not worth their time anymore. Shoot, 70-30 was not worth Usyk's time anymore. But he said, yeah, let's do it. But then the moment that Usyk doesn't agree to, Fury doesn't agree to Usyk's rematch terms, right? So because earlier we talked about how Usyk was okay with the 70-30 as long as in the rematch they get a they switch it to where if Usyk wins this first bout, If Fury wants a rematch, then Fury gets 30% and Usyk gets 70%. I feel like that's fair. If you win, you can set the terms. And I feel like that's a fair term. So 70-30 this time, 30-70 the other way. But because he doesn't want to accept that, and he wants instead Usyk wants an 80-20 split for Fury, 80% goes to Fury. You're just making it to where the opponent just like, no, this is not worth my time anymore. So it's unfortunate because you have all this. Me personally, I have all this respect for Usyk. I mean, for Fury as a fighter, right? He is stylistically one of the best heavyweights in our current era right now. There's not very many people who can touch him. There's very few. I'm not saying there's not anybody. There's very few. But when you have like politics, when you add in these politics like this, and you move the goalpost, like Timothy Bradley said, then it just kind of taints your legacy. So that's what I think about that, Mark. What do you think about this Fury Usyk deal situation?
I think what speaks really loud is that Timothy Bradley is a part of ESPN Top Rank, and he's one of the analysts as well as the commentators.
That's right.
It's on the same network that Tyson Fury fights, and he himself is calling Tyson Fury a duck. I think that speaks a lot. I
And for
think
people who say like Timothy Bradley is a nobody, that they don't know boxing that well.
and
They forget that Timothy Bradley was number one, he went against Manny Pacquiao.
Mm.
He's been up there with like the best of the best in his division. He knows how these things go down, and he knows how easy it is to go 50-50 split.
yeah,
So
and he not only that, but he sees again. He also reads how a person or a fighter reacts. In
Yeah.
addition to that, right? It's kind of taboo for a person from your own network to call you out and say something very negative as a duck. A duck is pretty big in terms of fighting culture. To duck a fight kind of shows that you're afraid or not really interested in fighting someone who poses a challenge to you. And if that's coming from your own network, that kind of speaks volumes to what's going on here. It's kind of an issue to me that even though he is ducking, right, according to ESPN Top Ranks, Timothy Bradley, his own trainer even confirms that Tyson Fury was never in any form looking to fight. So Sugar Hill Stewart came in to help in terms of training camp, but it wasn't for Tyson Fury. It was for another fighter, Lawrence Okoli. And, IFL TV did an interview about it and asked him if he was here to train Tyson Fury for Alexander Usyk. He was like, I was never informed of this. I have a plane ticket that actually leaves on March 28th, which is tomorrow. He's leaving.
He was not even prepared.
No, so there was implications that even with, Tyson Fury saying, oh, we're going to fight him, this, that, and the third, I'm going to go in a silent retreat, or I'm just going to go and black out from my social media until the fight is made. And everyone's on Tyson Fury's side was like, yeah, see, his trainer came in already. That means he's ready and training to fight. His trainer was like, yep, nope, I'm not here for that. I'm here to train someone else. We're training at Fury's facility, but I'm not training Tyson Fury. So that's another red flag right there, that Tyson Fury never had intentions of fighting Alexander Usyk. In addition to that, it's just a lot of contradictions are happening.
It's never been about money. I'm not a money person. It's never been about money to me. I know a lot of people with money, big money, but none of them are happy. Not one of them. I said, I'll come back for £500 million. That's 500 million.
But yet, he also says he doesn't really care about the money. The money doesn't really make him happy. But in this instance, I want 70-30 to fight. This is Ukrainian. That's a huge contradiction in itself.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, they were about to make the fight in Saudi Arabia. Alexander Usyk has agreed to terms with Saudi Arabia, Saudis, and Tyson Fury has not agreed to terms because the Saudis didn't offer Tyson Fury the amount he wants, whether that's $500 million, like he said in an interview with Piers Morgan, or some ridiculous amount the Saudis deem as completely irrational, delusional. And I think what the real issue here is Tyson Fury is thinking he is greater than what he really is. So in terms of the numbers, Alexander Usyk is listed at the top as one of the 3 top 10 pay-per-view buys in the UK. And he has fought against Derek Chisora, Tony Bellew, and Anthony Joshua.
Mm.
And he has had over a million pay-per-view buys in those fights.
It just
The numbers,
just not just that, but like physically too. It doesn't make sense. I mean, I know that, you know, size and reach advantage.
all for Fury, yeah.
It's all for Fury. You know, like he's taller. He has a very commendable gas tank. His reach is longer. You know, like he has belly fat. He has padding there. That's practically armor. You know, like I don't know why he would be so reluctant to fight Usyk, who is number one coming up a weight class, right? He's coming up a weight class, which means he's not a natural heavyweight. He didn't fight there for very long. So he has to get used to the weight. Then he's also shorter. He's also his reach is not as much. So, you know, what's the issue here? Unless he really understands that Usyk is a threat to his zero, the zero on his legacy, the zero losses that he has. So I don't know. It doesn't make any sense as to why he would go this far. Just say that he's hard. It's that simple. Just say that Usyk is hard. He needs more time. Like people are arguing, right? People are arguing that the April 29th
Day was too
date
close
for the fight, it's too close.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, then even though his coach verbatim said that he's ready, he'll be ready by April 29th. If that's not even the case, then just push it back, or just say that he's hard and he needs more time. But if you really don't want to fight him, just say that he's just vacate the belt. It's okay.
Retire. Like, stop
Retire.
holding up this division, right? And this is the issue with boxing. The best don't fight the best. And that's Tyson Fury's main motive. Here's the thing. Tyson Fury is known for ducking fights. He ducked the fight against Vladimir Klitschko for the rematch. He has ducked fights with Anthony Joshua by making those ridiculous deadlines, which, you know, his promoter has said is actually causing more harm to making this contract work. And now he's ducked Alexander Usyk. He has ducked him twice. He ducked the deal that the Saudis gave, which, to all the people who watch boxing, everyone knows that Saudi Arabia has been giving everyone paydays, man. They've been giving a lot of money out. They have a lot of money in Saudi Arabia to make those fights.
Oil money, dude.
Yeah.
That oil money.
And yet those people turned down the ridiculous demands that Tyson Fury was trying to make. They're like, no, you're not worth that. No, you're worth. And I think the issue is people need to give Tyson Fury a reality check that he can't just fight some bum and expect to make money. They want to watch Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk. Usyk comes up and he fights the best. He has fought Anthony Joshua twice. He has unified and become undisputed at cruiserweight. He has fought other people in their own backyards. He hasn't fought in Ukraine. He has fought them in their own home. In addition to that, he's a gold medalist. He deserves the respect. He deserves the admiration for his boxing prowess. But yet Tyson Fury's team has tried to put a saddle on this man and try to ride him into the freaking arena. This is ridiculous.
I mean, and what sucks is like you can't really. Uh, I don't know how Wilder was able to pull off the arbitration
Oh,
route.
it was embedded into his rematch clause,
Ah, that's why. See, okay,
right?
so yeah, so like, it sucks because Usyk is not necessarily a mandatory, and so
No, that's the
you
thing
can't really
is
use any like legal anything.
no. What we
Oh,
can do is as fans is call out Fury and make sure like the public opinion on Fury changes for the negative because I'm sure, right? He likes to
hmm
say he doesn't give a fuck about what people think, right?
hmm
But in reality, he's really soft minded. He's such soft skinned person. Like the moment you criticize him, look at True Jordy when he pressed Tyson Fury. He's like, "Why are you fighting Derek Chisora? He's a journeyman. No disrespect, but why are you fighting him? He's not on your level." Tyson Fury called him a pussy and tried to hang up the call. Right? Clearly, if you press Tyson Fury, he gets hurt and he just goes on this literal tirade, like a little toddler getting angry for calling on his mistake. And he just tries to deflect that he is not fighting quality opponents. My theory is Tyson Fury knows that shorter fighters give him a problem. Look at his history. He fought Steve Cunningham as well as Otto Wylien, who are shorter, southpaws, caused him problems. Cunningham dropped Tyson Fury. Otto Wylien cut Tyson Fury pretty bad and started boxing him, but Otto Wylien just started focusing on the cut rather than to box. And I'm sure Alexander Usyk is much more athletic, much more
hmm
technically sound, has a higher ring IQ than Otto Wylien and Steve Cunningham, and I'm sure he's gonna box Tyson Fury. But the issue is Tyson Fury wants to keep that O because he compares himself to Floyd Mayweather so much that it's starting to get very annoying.
it's.
It's
I feel
just
like that's a boxing like it's a super bad
it's a
cultural
here. You know what?
like
I
thing.
blame. I do blame with the current state of boxing. I do blame Floyd Mayweather for it. People think that their O is going to give them millions.
Or like it'll give them some sort of status. Like I've never been defeated when in most I'm not saying all cases, but in most cases, it's just like their records are usually they're padded or like they're there's so many people in boxing with an O that it's oversaturated. It doesn't mean much anymore.
no, and
There's so many people with O's.
yeah, and no one really knows who they fought, right?
Nope.
Unlike Fury, Floyd faced multiple Hall of Famers, multiple uh championship title defenses,
Yes.
right? He faced possibly the best of the best in his generation, right? A lot of people like to say, well, he fought Manny Pacquiao too late. Okay, one, he faced Oscar De La Hoya when Oscar De La Hoya was still at the top of his game. He faced uh, um, Mosley when he was at the top of his game. He faced Zab Judah when he was at the top of his game. He faced Marquez when he was at the top of his game. He faced Cotto when he was at the top. He faced so many other fighters, as well as Canelo when he was coming up. Multiple fighters all throughout his career to cause people to watch, right?
Yeah.
Floyd faced quality as well as kept his O. You have
I mean,
faced garbage and kept your O. There's a
you could
difference.
you could even argue that like Conor McGregor, who has a very high fight IQ, I mean he may not be like
Oh yeah,
he may not be a boxer.
I'm not gonna
He may not be a
consider
boxer.
Connor into this.
I do. I think he has like a really high fight IQ.
Yeah, but
And
there's it.
he even he put that risk on his line. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, well, that
he
was lucrative. All right, I would
yeah,
take that
it was
risk.
super lucrative. But like it was, I mean, yeah, it was like what $100 million to dance with
Yeah.
Money Mayweather. Dude, I do that too. Sure, yeah, break my orbital bone
Yeah.
for
Well,
100 million.
the issue is Tyson Fury. The main issue is he is pricing himself so high because he thinks he is some king. In reality, he isn't, because his pay-per-view numbers does not translate into being a pay-per-view draw. And in all essence, look at the numbers. All right, those are all factual numbers. Frank Warren can say has 3 million pay-per-view buys with Deontay Wilder. Okay, show me the numbers. As far as I know, he's made 850,000 at the highest against Deontay Wilder, and that's on the high end. They said it's an estimate between 800 to 850. I gave Tyson Fury the high end at 850 because I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt on that terms. But in other instances of his fights, he's done poor. He's done piss poor. It's been like nowhere close to 1 million pay-per-view buys, and Alexander Usyk has exceeded that 3 times. 3 times.
I mean, he didn't duck anybody.
No, and everyone's
He
like,
went up. Yeah.
And in addition to that, both Usyk and AJ has tried to make fights with Tyson Fury, and both AJ and Usyk have made fights with each other, and they've made fights twice, and they tried making a fight with Tyson Fury twice, and both times failed. And the only denominator and the only correlating common factor here is Tyson Fury. So
Yeah, I mean, if Anthony Joshua is saying that it was no problem making the fight with Usyk,
it's not just him. Even Usyk's team is saying it was no problem. So
yeah, there's no problem. Done. It was probably done in like 5 minutes. They probably sat there for 5 minutes. This is the terms. Let's do it. That was it. That was probably how it went.
to the people in the comment section, that is hyperbole. All right.
Yeah, that's no. I'm just saying, like, they probably took care of it super fast because they just wanted it fair, because that's what they were about. They're about their legacy.
Yeah,
They're about that challenge. They're about making it right for both parties.
Yeah, and again, there will be fuckwads in the fucking comment section who think we are, pushing down Fury. And the reality is, I've never rooted against Fury in any of his fights. I've always said that he was better than Deontay Wilder. I've said he's better than Dillian White. He's definitely fucking better than Derek Chisora, right? There's never been an instance where I was like, oh, Tyson Fury's going to take this L. No. Tyson Fury is a damn good fighter. But the issue is how he acts and how he puts himself in positions where he is supposed to take the challenge, and rather he turns it down and calls them a bug-eye, ugly, conniving little bastard. But in reality, you're a fucking bald-ass whale. And dude, hey man, there have been a lot of rumors about Tyson Fury, and those are just rumors, but in reality, he has been banned for cocaine and nandrolone. He's been popped dirty. And I read the comments, and a lot of people are like, yeah, but, Alexander Usyk is taking steroids. But Alexander Usyk has never been caught taking steroids. He's always forced every one of his fights to have VADA testing before and after. So,
yeah,
just,
I mean, that's how it should be. There, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so just
that's how it should be.
Just to let you guys know, we're not the only ones who say this, but Timothy Bradley, Michael Benson, the Talk Sports radio show, they all are in agreement, as well as True Jordy, as well as a majority of boxing channels and boxing fans. I think 75% of people agree that Tyson Fury is ducking. So let us know in the comment section below whether or not you agree with this assessment that Tyson Fury is the duck, or whether or not Alexander Usyk is the duck for leaving the negotiation table. Let us know in the comment section below.